You know you can't go wrong when it's a Unity game. Hello everybody, welcome to How to Cope with Boredom and Loneliness, a guide for the isolated. Um... yeah, yo. Turn it up a little bit, maybe? You are Nigel Wimble, hard-hitting PBTV documentary filmmaker. Am I any good? You are 23, Millbury, close to finish filming the final episode of your award-winning series. How to Cope with Boredom and Loneliness, a guide for the isolated. You have come to talk with Harold Fletcher, a 43-year-old man who has been grounded to his bedroom for over 30 years. What the fuck? Since his mother Margaret only allows Harold visitation for 15 minutes a day, how's it? What a fucking... What made you ground him for 30 years? You only have enough time to talk about 3 topics. Dicks, chicks, and chicks with dicks. Carefully choose 3 items of interest from Harold's room to learn how he copes with boredom and loneliness. Race car bed. Every item tells a story, but not every story is relevant to Nigel's show. Confirm your selections to watch the documentary unfold. Your show will be scored by a focus group at the end. Good luck. How are you doing a film project if you're grounded? Shoot documentary. Bed. Guitar.
I need to select 3 items first.
I'm trying to do that. There, Harold, the bed, and this?
Potential soundbite. Asleep in his race car bed. I imagine Harold dreams of driving off this road of isolation.
I thought you were Harold.
Potential soundbite. Music can turn your ears into eyes and show you worlds your eyes wouldn't believe.
Drugs can also do that too, bro. What?
Potential soundbite. Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, that guy with no ears, and now Harold Fletcher? Have I discovered a tortured artist?
Yes.
Potential soundbite. A mother's love is very special.
Especially when she grounds you for 30 years.
Mothers, so I know firsthand how special it can be.
You've been with many
Harold's
single
love
mothers?
is
How?
special, but not the kind of special love I'm looking for on a Saturday night. And neither is Harold.
What the fuck?
Potential soundbite. Harold and his co-prisoner, an overstuffed rabbit, have been through hell together, but at least they had each other to ease the loneliness.
Okay, I thought I just saw the rabbit cry. Let's see how my documentary went.
His name's Harold Fletcher, and he spent the last 30 years grounded to his bedroom. In tonight's final part of How to Cope with Boredom and Loneliness, a guide for the isolated, we've saved the worst for last. And by worst, I mean award-winning. Hello, I'm Nigel Wimble.
I can't even remember why I grounded him now. It wasn't for any one thing in particular. More just a bubbling pot of bad behaviour that's needed to put a lid on, so to speak.
You can replace the word lid with Harold's bedroom door to understand Harold's mother's analogy.
What?
I was desperate to discover how Harold had been coping with the boredom and loneliness from 30 years of isolation. I don't know much about art, but I know all the greats had one thing in common: absent or awful mothers. Could Harold be a trapped artist?
I
Damn.
created this piece when I was about 9 years old.
It's
I had planned for an entire
it's
underwater scene, but only got as far as these
Finding
fish
Nemo.
before Mother burst through the door screaming. I was so startled, I stumbled and fell from the shelf, causing myself a serious back injury.
damn.
The broken bones eventually healed on their own,
I did not
but my
expect
breathing
this
can be quite wheezy.
from the fish.
I'm quite sure I needed medical attention, but Mother said only good boys are allowed to access the ambulance service. And he's never drawn on the wall since.
That's like Phil when he said he'd fucking like leave his girlfriend. Just leave her somewhere. Give her a pill and just leave her. Don't take her to the hospital.
From room to room. Margaret,
Ex-girlfriend, by the
do you
way.
worry about the harm this isolation may be causing, Harold?
Harold bolt this on himself. What about me? I've been isolated too. I haven't had sex since Harold's father died. No one would ever want to be
least you
stepfather
got
to
to
that
have
little
sex.
bastard. You should be making this documentary about me. I'm the one being punished. I'm so lonely, Mr. Wimble.
You need to ground that mole off your face. From
Harold
womb to
and his
room.
cohabiter, an overstuffed rabbit, have been through hell together, but at least had each other to ease the loneliness.
Yes, Kevin is a dear friend. We've
Named
become
Kevin.
rather close over these past few years and perhaps more than just friends at this stage.
What do you mean by that?
Well, Kevin has needs and I have needs. I'm forever sewing that towel back on.
We saw this kind of thing go on in our prison episode, so I'm not entirely surprised to see it happen in here too.
I didn't see the prison
Whether
episode.
this arrangement is mutual, we will never know. As Kevin has decided to remain quiet during the making of this documentary. My
But I thought you
time with
were- you
Harold has
were.
come to an end. I hope one day
No, you're
he will
Nigel.
find freedom and live a full life. Until then, he will continue to look for ways to cope with boredom and loneliness. I'm Nigel Wimble. Good night. Join us next week
not
when
night.
Nigel investigates cows.
For
Why
you.
so many stomachs? 9 p.m. Wednesday night on PPTV.
They have more than one stomach? I stopped my child from drawing on the wall by forcing her to smoke an entire carton of crayons. 2 out of 10. Linda from Tits Patch. Alert, hot MILFs in your area. Margaret sounds down to fuck. Can you... Oh, by the way, I got horrible. Can you give her my number 555-4543, 1 out of 10, Gary the Perv. Wow, hard-hitting stuff. Anyone know where I could order a rabbit like that? 10 out of 10, a new fan. So they liked the rabbit, they didn't like me choosing the fish on the wall or the mother though. Let's try and reshoot that shit. We played Marie's room for... We played that twice to completion, so let's technically beat this twice.
Potential soundbite. With an eye in the sky, you can sometimes forget where your feet are. Oh, that's poetic.
Not really, but okay. So the rabbit got a 10 out of 10, so I'm going to select the rabbit. And then... B poster.
Potential soundbite. For some, movies
The
are
B
an
movie.
escape from reality. For Harold, his reality is like a movie. One of those terrible indie movies.
Or this is like one of those terrible indie games. Ha ha. Alright, let's see the fucking doc now. This is gonna be award-winning, 10 out of 10, across the board.
Tonight at 9
Now watch
on
I get 0 out of 10 for the other
we
two.
have the final part of Nigel Wimble's
That's
hard-hitting
impossible.
docuseries, How to Cope with Boredom and Loneliness, a guide for the isolated. In tonight's episode, Nigel looks at a special case where a man has been grounded to his bedroom for over 33 years.
It's 33
Hello,
years now.
I'm Nigel Wimble.
Over.
Well, Harold's always been a naughty boy. He's been quite out of hand, you know. I've only got one nice picture of him, and even in that he's pissing on the cat. In the end, I sent him to his bedroom, and the bad behaviour seemed to stop. So I've kept him up there permanently.
Wow.
I had a
Beaten
look
off.
around Harold's room to discover what he uses to cope with the boredom and loneliness from 33 years of isolation.
Over 33 years.
With an eye in the sky, you can
He peeps with the
sometimes forget
telescope.
where your feet are. For Harold, he never forgets where his feet are, but
Aw.
still has sights on the stars.
That's actually really fucking sad.
This old telescope has got me through many an afternoon. Sometimes I pretend I'm a World War II sniper and
He's
people at the
Boone.
bus stop are advancing Germans. They wouldn't stand a chance if it was a sniper rifle, let me tell you. They could try taking cover, but I'm pretty sure the bullets would penetrate the bus shelter. It would be an absolute bloodbath.
Bus shelter. We're getting a lot of achievements for this game, by the way.
Harold and his cohabiter, an overstuffed rabbit, have been through hell together, but at least had each other to ease the loneliness.
Yes, Kevin is a dear friend. We've become rather close over these past few years and perhaps
Few?
more than just friends at this stage.
What?
What do you mean by that?
Well, Kevin has needs and I have needs.
I didn't even catch on to that
Forever
part.
sewing that towel back on.
We saw this kind of
That's
thing go on
kinda
in our prison
Sexual
episode,
and fucked up.
so I'm not
Fuck your
entirely
stuffed
surprised
rabbit.
to see it happen in here too.
Like,
Whether this arrangement is
sofa
mutual,
thing?
we will never know. As
Seat.
Kevin has decided to remain quiet during the making of this documentary. I noticed a poster for an old children's movie. For some,
He's a child
movies
at
are an
heart.
escape from reality. For Harold, his reality is like a movie. A depressing TV movie, starring actors you haven't seen in 20 years.
I do love getting lost in a good movie. I think Boris the KGB movie was the last time I did get lost in a movie. It was the last time Mother rewarded me for good behaviour. I remember it
Damn.
like yesterday.
Boris the KGB movie was a 1986 children's movie. It was banned 1 week after release. Why? Is this the movie?
I'm an intellectual. I'm Russian, you see. I'm the homosexual. Tonight, comrade, your drink's been laced. I'm gonna tie you up, pollinate your face. I want to torture you, make you scream. After all, I'm Boris the KGB. You better be there, brother, or I'm breaking these. I'm a mad brother, buzzer, I'm KGB. I want the buzz, you think you can't buzz with me. To the K, to the G, to the mother, buzzer B. You say you want to live, but you gotta die. You better say goodbye. Here comes the trial night. Boris, please, you don't have to do this. It was just business. It was all about the honey. I'm not a traitor. I love this country. You've got to release me. You have to see. I'm country first and I'm still KGB. You are no longer KGB. You're just a simple worker bee. Person number 33. You haven't never broken knee. Would you like a cup of tea? That was just a joke. You see, you'll never see a cup of tea as long as you're allowed to be. But coffee is available if you like a cup of tea. Would you like a sugar?
This was for kids. I can see why I got banned.
You try to fly, what's it take your eye? If you want to leave, then take my key, but I'm breaking these. I'm Boris the KGB. Oh,
I think that
behave,
KGB
brother.
fucked up Harold's brain, dude.
I remember Boris used to say,
Oh, behave,
I
brother.
think KGB
get it,
actually means something.
behave. It was awfully funny when Mother used to tell me to behave and I'd retort, oh, behave, Mother. Do you remember that, Mother? Yes, I do remember, you cheeky little shit. Mother would put you over a knee, but you didn't tell the man that, did you? Have you seen the version on YouTube where the movie speeds up every time Boris kills a dissident? It
Bruh.
becomes quite dizzying.
They really did reference like B-movie memes with YouTube there.
My time with Harold has come to an end.
What the fuck?
I hope one day he will find freedom and live a full life. Until then, he will continue to look for ways to cope with boredom and loneliness. I'm Nigel Wimble. Good night. Join us next week as Nigel investigates Jesus. Did he really have a beard?
Yeah.
9 p.m. Wednesday night on PBTV.
It'd probably be better for me to put the face cam on the top left instead of top right, but whatever. Hey, we got a good rating this time. 8 out of 10 for the telescope. I used my telescope the exact same way Mason showed Nigel. Still got 10 out of 10 for the rabbit. And I wish that mother would behave touching stuff. 7 out of 10. Overall good. I guess we'll play one more time just to see what other fucking interesting, like, scenes we can get real quick, and then that will be that. Since this game is short enough, you just select 3 objects and you get to watch a cutscene. This time I'm not even gonna try and like go for like a score. I'm just gonna pick 3 that I haven't seen yet.
Potential soundbite. With Hollywood already filled with deranged idiots, could there be room for one more?
If you can make it there.
Potential soundbite. For the isolated idiot, television isn't an escapism we all take for granted. Nice.
Nice. I don't know if it matters what order you do it in. I don't think it does. KGB. You see
Tonight
it.
at 9 on PBTV, we have the final part of Nigel Wimble's hard-hitting docuseries, How to Cope with Boredom and Loneliness, a guide for the isolated.
There has to be like
In
3
tonight's
10 out of 10
episode,
ones. We know
Nigel
the
looks at a
Kevin the
special
Rabbit's
case
one
where
10
a
out of
man
10.
has been grounded to his bedroom for over 33 years. Hello,
Feels bad, man.
I'm Nigel Wimble.
Well, Harold's always been a naughty boy.
You gotta
He's
mention
been
the
quite
pissing
out
cat.
of hand, you know.
So that's what
I've only got
this
one
is the
nice picture
default
of him, and
for
even in
her
that
if
he's
you don't
pissing on the cat.
pick her as one.
In the end, I sent him to
Is
his
that cat
bedroom,
dead?
and the bad behaviour
Probably.
seemed to stop.
It's been
So
over
I've kept him
33
up there
years.
permanently.
I had a look around Harold's room to discover what he uses to cope with the boredom and loneliness. From 32
Oh, what's this? A
years of
pocket pussy.
isolation. I spied a screenplay Harold had been working on. A movie producer in the making? He certainly wouldn't look at a place in Hollywood. He decided to read me some
That's
lines from his
supposed to
new
be.
screenplay called Brad Planet and the
Call him
Tentacle of
ugly.
Temptation.
She ran a slightly damp tentacle across his cheek as he gazed longingly into her
Call him an
compound
idiot?
eyes. I don't care that you tried to bite my head off during coitus. I love you, Sheila. Run away to Planet Vargon with me.
It's very nerdy
I love
sci-fi
you too,
fucking
Brad. But my
script
father, let me talk to him.
or
He'll understand
drama.
once I show him how much I love you. Now come here and kiss me. Oh, Brad. Sheila passionately kisses Brad with her 4 mouths.
4?
Brad slowly sticks his finger into her gooey. That will do, Harold. You're a bloody space pervert.
Tentacle porn. Nice achievement name.
With an isolated idiot,
That was hentai.
watching television
was a hentai
is an escapism we all take for granted.
Well, Mother treated me to a modern television last year. She says if
Aw.
I'm good this year, she will allow me to keep the plug for an extra 10 minutes.
Wow.
But you haven't been good, have you, Harold?
What about the
Tell
computer?
the
You
man
could use
about the
that.
carrot you stuck up your nose. I told you not to smuggle food in here.
What?
Well, Kevin likes a snack
Don't
when
you-
we
you
watch
should
the
get a
first
laptop,
23
Harold.
minutes of a movie.
Harold still sleeps in the plastic race car bed he slept in as a child.
How does he
You can
fit in
imagine
that?
Harold dreaming about driving away from this isolated, childlike reality.
Well, I always had a passion for race cars as a child, but I suppose that passion has since left me, unlike the bed. Though I can't complain, The springs merely provide moderate pain, and my feet dangle no more than 7 to 10 inches from the end of the mattress. Like Mother always says, as long as your head is above water, you can technically sleep anywhere.
True.
My time with Harold has come to an end. I hope one day he will find freedom and live a full life. Until then, he will continue to look for ways to cope with boredom and loneliness. I'm Nigel Wimble. Good night. Join us next week as Nigel investigates sandwiches. Do they really taste better cut diagonally? Let the evidence decide. 9 p.m. Wednesday night on PBTV.
It's still the same food no matter how you cut it. Regular. That screenplay sounded hot. When's part 2 coming out? 10 out of 10. So there's another 10 out of 10 right there. Alan from Wallowdale. He should be happy his TV is switched off. He doesn't have to watch this drivel. 4 out of 10. Chris from Cockle. I laughed so hard I shit milk. 8 out of 10. Philip Owlbear. Okay.
Yo, my name is Harold, I'm 40 years Harold. I'm going for life of being naughty, not nice, but I'm a good boy, really. I just used to be silly, pissing on the cat and smoking jelly beans like crack. My life's a little strange living in a tiny cage, but you know I'm not afraid to put my lyrics to the page. I got a rabbit by my side, he's a rabbit bona fide.
I think you'd be a better rapper than filmmaker.
Scratch that line, it's behind the times. What I mean to say is that rhyme surprise.
Was this inspired by KGB?
We don't say words like baff or poo. Now let me tell you about my best friend Kevin. Is he rabbit or a hare? Well, I just stopped caring. We've been locked in this cage more than friends at this stage. You can say we're in love, but we don't give a stuff. We got together in 86 or 87. For the actual date, you better go and ask Kevin. In rabbit years, he's about 420. Hey, I smoke him weed, but not in this country. He's got big ears, oh, he's a great listener. But you make him mad, and he'll be sure to be dissing you. So Kevin, wake up. It's time to get ready. Show him that you're much more than just a teddy. Just give him what you got, and I know you got a lot. Plus, I think you're pretty hot the way you're eating that carrot. So let me introduce my hot sensation. It's time for him to add to this spicy conversation. It's your turn, Kevin. Time to hit him hard. Don't be shy, you can do it.
He's a rabbit.
Come on, Kevin, just drop it on the beat. For fuck's sake, Kevin, start rapping. Oh wait, that's right, I forgot to mention. Kevin's voice is in my imagination. Sometimes I think I'm going crazy. My mind is slow and my memory is hazy. But I tell you what's to blame is the situation. 33 years of this isolation. Yo, I got to escape. I got a great idea. So Kevin, shut up and listen here. I'm gonna chuck you out the window, use you as a pillow. You'll be like a crash mat, so I don't go splat. We can steal a car if it's necessary, or run for the woods and we can live
Carlos
on
Carrots.
So Kevin, are you in or are you undecided? Do you want us to hear isolated? Well, I think your silence says it.
Henry Sock
So
and
the
Claire
chance of
Sock.
escape is improbable, but I do have one alternative. Step aside, brother. if
There's
you
more
want to
songs than I
live.
thought there
Well, that
was.
was a dark rhyme, wasn't it, Kevin? I wouldn't really kill her. I was just messing. Honestly, Kevin, I would never kill her. I'd never suffocate her and throw her in a river. I love my mum. She's my only mother. I just need a pillar. Should be easy to smother. Oh no, wait, did I say that out loud? Can I delete this or is it safe to the cloud? Well, Kevin, I wish you just sung your verse. If the police see this,
Ricardo,
it'd be under
rip.
arrest. The
Feels
first
bad,
not a
man.
word, but it rhymes with verse. I meant to say arrest, but it came out worse.
Did he die while
Now I'm
making
just
this?
starting To digress, shut up now and give it a rest. But if you like this and you're not
Now what is this
and if you want
QR
more,
code?
I've got the beats. I could treat you to a feast. I'm a Nora specialist. I've been giving out my rhymes. You can find them online.
Point Bleep Studios games. Maybe that's what it's for.
See, it wasn't so hard, was it, Kevin? I'll just do all the rhyming. Yo, my name is Harold. I'm 40 years Harold. I'm going for life.
Wow. I hope I don't end up like Harold.